So, I'm almost 40. My business is falling apart all around me. I am also falling apart all around me. I fractured my elbow. My business is not supporting the operation. And I'm really starting to feel like, when you're scrolling on TikTok or you're on Instagram or you're wherever the hell it is you like to lurk in the wee hours of the morning when you should be sleeping, and you come across the video that's like, so, millennial born between 1980 whatever the hell and 1990 whatever the hell, and how's the midlife crisis going? And it's going very well. Thank you so much for asking. I am on the verge of complete and utter collapse. And I'm not kidding. And like, I had a plan. I really did. I had a plan. I had a map. I had a roadmap. I had a plan. And then at the ripe old age of 35, I was diagnosed as autistic. That was just the wrench in the workings that I was not prepared for. And as a burnt out, late diagnosed autistic person who has been going through something of an experience between the maybe fibromyalgia, IBS, maybe endometriosis, maybe some like POTS or like hypermobility issues or whatever. We don't know. We don't really care. Courtney just likes to complain a lot, so we just all nod and smile. It's getting weird at this point. I was sitting down today with myself and I was like, okay, realistically, like, how many hours a day can I work and what do I want to do? And like, who would I work for? What would I want to work on? What would I want to do if I had to get another job? And let's be really realistic here. I'm not going to be able to do another 9-to-5 job. I am like a non-functional version of myself where I used to be able to do the work of like 2 or 3 people. And I used to be able to get stuff done in like a fraction of the time in comparison to like my coworkers and stuff. And I would just get it done and it would be good and it would get approved and blah, blah, blah. I'm not that person anymore. That has been a special kind of grief and humiliation is what wanted to come out of my mouth. And I'm not sure why. Like, I feel humiliated and embarrassed that I can't do what I used to be able to do. And what's really scary now is because I didn't know, and this is why it's important to know, because I didn't know sooner in my life, I built a life for myself under the assumption that I'm just a lazy piece of garbage that just doesn't work hard enough and I should just work harder. I should just try harder. Just keep going. Just keep pushing yourself. You'll overcome this. This is something that you'll just grow out of. Because I built a life for that version of myself, having burnt out and fizzled out completely, now I'm at 40, I'm completely lost. I'm completely lost, completely confused, scared, and I feel like hopelessly alone. I know I'm not alone, but I feel hopelessly alone and defeated. And I know I'm not the only one. And this is a very, like, vulnerable, hard thing to just stick out there on the internet, but it's something that I need to hear, and I imagine, and I have heard from a few people just, on my doom scroll sessions late at night on Instagram. Super healthy habits I have. Listen, day to day, I am just trying to still be here. And at this point, whatever I have to do to just still be here, that's good enough. What's good enough? The bar is on the fucking floor. The bar has gone through the floor. The bar is underneath the earth now. I'm just trying to keep it together. I am trying to keep it together. And the more time that passes, the more and more I realize that the life that I built for myself and the expectations that I had of myself are completely and fundamentally incorrect. I need to scratch my face. Oh, maybe I can do it like this. But so what do I do now? What do I do? I have no plan B. There was only plan A, okay? I make mermaid tails, and I make content about making the mermaid tails, and I make behind the scenes content, and I make ebooks. That was the plan. The problem with that is not, it can't sustain me. Like, one-off commissions are great. And people are like, oh, well, you're so expensive. I'm like, yes, I am so expensive. I also have bills to pay and I'm also disabled. And this also takes many, many hours of work and also isn't cheap to do. But like, it's just not. I can't do anything right now. This is it. This is the extent of, that's it, right? I tried to sit down at my sewing machine to see what I could do. Mm-mm. So what the hell am I supposed to do when I can't even do my job? I've got 6 mermaid tails sitting out there right now. They were all ready to go. I was supposed to be done them. They would be done right now. I could have gotten paid right now. Then I could have paid off my credit card right now. But no. And you know how this happened? Because you're probably wondering, well, you fractured your elbow? Like, what the hell were you doing? What was I doing? Such an interesting question. I had gone for my regular walk with my husband and my dog. The dog got tangled up under my feet. Okay. I didn't want to step on him because I'm big and he's small and I didn't want to hurt him. And he went one way, I went that way. He followed the same way. I couldn't get out from underneath him fast enough, and the momentum carried me over, and I fell and I landed on my arm. Well, both my hands, my knees, and my mostly my hand, and then here. Okay. So, and then I fractured the little dude down there. So good. And it hurt. And I knew immediately that I'd done it too. I knew immediately. I said to my husband, I've broken my arm. I've broken my arm. I've broken my arm. Is it dislocated? You have to look. Is it dislocated? And I couldn't feel anything. And we were like, no. Because I'm like, I can be more sensitive sometimes. Sometimes I'm not. Like, sometimes I have no sensitivity to pain at all. And other times it's like you just sneezed on me and you've lit me on fire kind of a thing. So we're like, well, sleep it off. And I woke up like every hour just crying and all of this. And by the next day, I had an almost fainting spell. Like, I saw stars. My vision had started to like tunnel. And I had to lie down on the floor and I was just waiting for it. I was waiting for it. I'm not a stranger to fainting, unfortunately. And I was waiting for it. And it didn't happen, thank God. And I kind of was able to like right myself and figure it out. And so we went to the hospital, got the x-rays, which were excruciating, by the way. Loved that. So fun. I screamed so loud when I came out. My husband, who was waiting, I was like, I cried a lot. He's like, wait, was that you? I was like, wait, what? He's like, there was screaming. I'm like, yeah, that was me. And then I had to apologize to the other guy waiting there because I'm pretty sure I traumatized the living hell out of him. Anyways, we see the doctor. He's like, yep, you got yourself a little fracture there and you're going to see this orthopedic surgeon. It's not a big fracture. It's just a little fracture. It's just where it is really inconvenient. Like, really inconvenient. And I guess if there was ever an upside, the upside is that I've cut out all of the fabric because, damn. I don't know what the recovery is going to be like for this. So I'm seeing somebody tomorrow, actually, and the orthopedic surgeon. It's been a few days since I fell, and it's feeling good enough. Like, I am still on painkillers, so it feels like it's manageable, but it's sore. Like, I'm sore, and it's not. And the sensory experience of this has been absolutely stupid. But what this is basically, that long spiel, like, you needed to hear all of that, but if you did, maybe, I don't know, whatever. Thank you for listening. Is that I have had nothing but time. I have had nothing but time to sit around and analyze my existence on this earth and what am I doing, and I am telling you, I'm not feeling super great about it. I'm not feeling super great about it. And I'm questioning absolutely everything. And I really want to just go back to the way things were, but I'm afraid that that version of myself is actually gone. And I don't know how to move forward. Like, you're prepared in your life, okay? Let's be really real. Like, you're prepared in your life to lose people, right? You know, if all goes according to plan, your grandparents pass away, or if you had great grandparents while you were alive, like I did, they go, then your grandparents go, then your parents go, and then you go, right? That's the kind of nature's way, right? You lose dogs along the way. Sometimes friends will pass away. Other relatives will pass away. Like, death is kind of part of life, right? Kind of. It is. It's a fundamental part of life and your existence and just the existence of everybody around you. The thing that I wasn't prepared for was the death of myself. Like, not literally, but like the version of myself that I thought that I was, the person I thought I was going to grow up to be. And I didn't actually expect to like witness the rise and fall of myself. Okay, does that make sense? I didn't expect that. I wasn't prepared for that. And as you kind of approach, like, depending on how old you are, but you are going to get to a point. This is not just according to me and my wisdom, but this is like according to so many people on the internet and so many stories and so many similarities that I see, but you do just get to a point where it's like, okay, we are teetering on the edge of something here. And I was saying to my husband, it was like, I have watched myself slowly die. It was like, how did I explain it to him? I said it was like I had slipped and was sliding down a mountain. Like I was falling and sliding. And there were things I could have grabbed onto, roots, like tree stumps, rocks, whatever, that I could have grabbed onto, like grass I could have reached for. And I have just let myself slide down this mountain. And at the end, before the abyss, okay, is like a ledge. And I have just watched myself, and I'm at the ledge now. I'm hanging over it. I'm holding on with one hand because I have decided now, this is such a good analogy. Where is this coming from? This is amazing. But I've decided now that I don't want to fall. I don't want to fall off the edge. It might be too fucking late though. Like that's what it feels most days. It feels like I'm just too far gone, but I'm not. Because if you're still here, you're still breathing, it's not over. It's not fucking over. Okay? You're still here. You have another chance. I don't really know where that leaves me outside of not giving up and wanting to find a better way to exist and to find a better way to be. And it's going to be messy. And I figure, what the hey? You guys have seen, a couple of shades of Courtney at the minute. Maybe we'll go on this journey together. I don't know. You're still here. Maybe. Possibly. Should we just pack our things and go on a crazy adventure of learning and growth and self-discovery, whatever the hell that looks like? I didn't see this for me. I really didn't. I really did not think that at the age that I'm at now, that I wouldn't have it figured out. I really thought I would. I really thought, like, listen, I'm going to have my shit together. I'm going to figure it out. It is going to come together. And it just never did. And it is not for lack of trying. It really isn't. Like, I have given it my absolute best shot. I built my business from the ground up, out of nothing. I was successful 1 year. Okay. It was good. And I think if I had have had personal boundaries and if I had have had more reasonable expectations and if I had have done things a little bit differently, maybe that could have been a viable option for me. But it's also like, what am I running from? Have you ever seen, like, what was it on Friends? It was like listing off quick fire questions. It was like Phoebe was asking, I don't know who, just quick question to be like, so that you instinctively answer, right? And I was kind of going through and I was like, all right, well, what do I want? What do I want from my job? What do I want from my life? What am I actually searching for here? Because it's not fame and it's not fortune per se. It'd be nice to be able to pay my bills, more than the bare minimum. But like, what the fuck do I want? What do you want? What do we want? What are we doing? Why are we doing it? Right? And as I was going through, I was looking at like the options set before me. Like, what are you doing? Why are you doing it? And realizing that the mermaid business that I've built for myself, I didn't build with me in mind. Like me as I am now. Like burnt out, broken, tired, depressed, riddled with anxiety. Me. It's not built with me in mind, right? And it was a hard thing. And I sat there for a minute and I tried to convince myself. I was like, no, you're, oh geez. Is it really 5 o'clock? Oh my God. It's 5 o'clock apparently. Lord. No wonder it's so hot in here. Hell, I am sweating. But I didn't, like, I was sitting there, I was trying to convince myself. I'm like, who am I trying to convince? Who are you doing this for? Nobody cares if you don't want it. Like, nobody's gonna care. Like, you're not doing this for everybody else. What do you want? What do you want? And I still don't, I think I know. You know, when I started down this rabbit hole of sharing my story and reaching out to you guys and building a little bit of community building and putting out some resources on Ko-fi and all of this, I felt like I found what I was supposed to do. Now, I would need to figure out how to make this something that pays, because I can't do this just for free. But I felt like I was in my element. Like, suddenly my life made sense. Suddenly, everything I've been through, everything you go through doesn't have to have a reason, or an explanation or whatever. Sometimes bad things happen. And it just is. And it sucks. And it's not something you get to talk about. It's not something you want to talk about. It's something that you process with a therapist or by yourself, and you tuck that away neatly and you move on. But I felt like this was where I was supposed to be. This was what I was supposed to do. Share a story. Maybe inspire people to be okay being themselves and encourage it and share some kind of a message. And I don't know, maybe this leads me to nowhere as well. I don't know. But it's something I care about a lot. And also making resources that are accessible and trying to help in what way that I can. I'm not a professional. I have lived experience as a late diagnosed autistic person with a uterus. Okay. I would love to find myself building a life that I don't want to run away from, that I don't necessarily need, years to recover from when I fall apart, that my boundaries and my downtime are just kind of built in. So it's what I'm working on, and I'm going to share with you guys what I find. We're going to use me as a bit of a guinea pig. So at this point on this journey, it's a rather long journey here, I would like to invite you to hop into my comment section and let me know what your thoughts are on what I've said and what I've shared today. Where are you at right now? Are you in a similar boat? Are you sitting there nodding right now being like, Courtney? Or have you been through all of this and you're like, oh, my sweet summer child? or are you looking at me and maybe you're a bit younger than I am? Maybe you're in your 20s or something, and you're looking at me and you're like, oh Lord, is this what's coming for me? Is it? Be afraid, be very afraid. No, just listen. We are all here to learn from each other, right? We're all here to share our wisdom. And my hope is that I share a story and you glean something from it. Is that out there? I don't know if that's out there. I hope that's not too out there. Anyway, this has been a good rambling one. I'm going to stop here because it is about 9,000 degrees in my apartment right now. So I'm going to go turn the air conditioner on before I sweat to death and do nothing because I can't do anything. I can't even hold a controller. Okay? Because I can't rotate, for me to rotate my arm, I have to rotate the whole thing. I can't just rotate, I can't rotate the thing. Why? What a year. What a year. What a year. You can't even make this shit up. The husband gets laid off. What else happened? So then the car and the dog. Oh, and my husband had surgery. And now the arm. And we still don't know what's going on with the truck. Heaven help us. They haven't figured it out yet. They had the whole thing disassembled. They're trying to figure it out. They don't know what's wrong. And okay, there better be a rainbow on the other end of this nightmare because, Lord. Okay? Anyways. I love you, my friends. I hope at least I gave you a chuckle. And thank you so much for being here with me on this journey. And I look forward to catching you all again in my next video. Bye for now. Oh God. Here we go. Okay, bye.